Hello YouTube. Hello you digital peeps at YouTube. We're behind the main road, so there's a road and then there's my house, so if there's cars whizzing by, please forgive me for that. It's raining, so I hear that, I hear some wind chimes. I'm very sorry for that. How you doing, YouTube? I know I haven't been here in a while. I know the last video I posted was a school age routine for school age children. It was a nighttime and a morning routine. So if you want to check that out, it's a video before this. We need some serious things to talk about today, because, and it's cold, so I'm wearing a little jacket. It's been raining here for the past couple of days, so. And they're very serious, and if you've been following me over on Instagram, I have a Pinterest, Tumblr, Wattpad, Instagram, and Twitter all on the moniker mkgtweety. Here at YouTube, it's mkgtweety. So you can click my name, or when you go in the search bar, and then you just type mkg, which is one word, small letters, space tweety, as in Tweety Bird, Tweety. Click on that, my videos will pop up, and you can subscribe from there and stuff like that. So if you want to subscribe, I appreciate the sub. If you want to follow me on Instagram, like I said, that's where you get the most updated info, because I've been posting videos there ever since the thing I'll be talking about happens, and then something that I've been documenting just recently over on Instagram. It's at mkgtweety, so feel free. So the first thing we're going to talk about is my mother, because my mother's been going through something, and the reason why I haven't been updating over here, posting daily vlogs or weekly vlogs, and it's just cold, so I just want to keep my hands warm, is because I find that Instagram was a little more intimate, and more people would kind of be more averse to go there and just listen to what I have to say and everything. But so I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory with my mom, and you'll know where we're at, and then we'll talk about me. Okay? Because there's something I have to talk to you about, too. So my mother was going to have weight loss surgery. And the reason for the weight loss surgery, she was going to have part of her tummy taken out. It's going to be the gastric sleeve. That has a little more or less complications than the other way of doing it. It goes right into your intestine, is the other way. Please forgive me, there's cars whizzing by, so just ignore those in the background and such. My mother has arthritic knees a little bit, partly from the weight. And so when she kind of found out, she had fell at one point, knee wasn't getting any better, she found out she was developing arthritis. She said, okay, if I lose weight, the arthritis will go away and things like that. As she started to lose weight, she lost 75 pounds at this point to get to where she is now. She had to go to McGee Women's Hospital of UPMC, which stands for the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. It's a women's hospital, kind of. And if you want to have your babies, they have a real good NICU and all that kind of stuff. And she had to go to these, we kept calling them, me and my mom, rah-rah meetings. My mother's name is Joyce, by the way. Fun fact, I have my mother's middle name. So there you go. I go by mkgtweety for privacy reasons. I feel people should know you by a screen name, as long as you're nice and stuff. And my mother, you had to go to these weight loss meetings, as they were like support meetings, and you had to know, they gave you like this whole folder, what do you have to do before, during, and after the procedure, what's going to happen when you get home, all this. You have to be on a liquid diet for so long, and then you kind of do baby food-esque things. And then after that, you can go to a little bit solid foods. So, and you have to drink so much liquid in a day. You can't, drink and eat at the same time. You have to, it should take you, half an hour to eat a meal. You have to chew it so many times in your mouth and all this kind of other stuff. And it was like, ay, 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 but we knew this was because she couldn't lose the rest of the weight. She plateaued. And her and the doctor, who's the same doctor I have, they was like, okay, she signed off on her having the weight loss surgery. So like in January, February, March, April, May, and June, she was getting all these tests done that you need to have. You had to have a sleep study. My mom found out she has sleep apnea. So that's fine. They didn't, as long as she's been good about that. My dad has a Darth Vader mask, so I get it with him. My mom has one that kind of looks like Cephalopolis. It's a king, it's like, I know it looks funny, but it goes up here, and And then she had to do like all these kind of other tests. And one of the ones that they did was an endoscope. And they found out she had 2 5-millimeter ulcers in her that could be from her pain meds because her knees are so bad. Your knees are supposed to be like this, digital piece. Nice, straight, doing this. Hers are like this. And you're wondering how my mom's still walking, talking, and standing. It hurts so bad. And so they had to switch her pain pill. Okay, they did that. Her ulcers were healing. They gave her medicine to kind of heal that up. And then they were doing blood work all in this process. And my mother got diagnosed with, this was before this. So this was something that had been brewing in her for a while. It was smoldering myeloma, which is a type of treatable bone marrow cancer. And 60% of people that get this stay smoldering, doesn't do anything. And so it was like 10, 15 years before it did anything in my mom. And then so it wore its ugly little head out. So it moved into what we call the treatable phase, which is stage 1, which is great. And so my mother learned that her bone marrow cancer, her smoldering myeloma had moved into the treatable phase. So now we're getting into August, September of last year. And what I meant by January, February of not this year, but last year, 2023. And so my mother, she had to go once a week. Every Wednesday she would go and get these chemo shots. And then she had to take a chemo pill at home. Well, the chemo pill made her break out an bad itchy rash. She had to take Benadryl, so they stopped that pill. She's still on steroids, so her neck's puffy, her face puffy. She has mood swings, as we normally would see with steroids. Prednisone is what they got her on, so yeah. And now my mom has developed, and then they gave her a second chemo shot, and because of the second chemo shot, she developed neuropathy in her feet. That's where we are now. My mom's levels have come down. Her protein levels have come down. Actually in March, it's been 6 months since September. And so she's coming to levels where they like. Her protein levels have kind of dropped to normal levels that the doc likes to see. So she would get, she got like other things in her IV bag. Which she had to have an iron drip at one point because she was so tired, so they're thinking that's why she's tired. They gave her calcium drips, and she had they said one of the side effects is flu or cold-like symptom, and she had a cough for a few weeks, and I caught a little bit of it, just from taking care of my mom. My dad's been helping out too, and everything. And then, There would be a week where she wouldn't go because it would just be so hurty for her. She'd have to go the following week. But she's been doing her due diligence. And now we're at the phase where, so we got to wait now to have the weight loss surgery and the knees done. She also has a hernia from when she had her appendix taken out in 2021. It's quite cold out here, those little peeps. I'm braving it for you guys, my Nikon cool pics. I will be getting a brand new camera very soon from Amazon. I had bought one off, it was a 4K. I just got one from Amazon, but I'm going to have to repurchase it because it was like $70. There was just a little wear on the box, but the camera came broke. So, whatever, we're just chalking it up to a loss and we're just going to get a new one. I'm going to get a mic that goes with it. We're going to learn everything about 4K shooting. So, I'll let you know when I have that and and everything. So I've been giving you updates on Instagram if you want to follow me. And then, so now we're at the stage where she'll go every other week for treatment. And from now up until September, and then in September, she'll go once a month, every month after that. I don't know for how long, but there you go. And it's just a shot, and her hair's not filling out like you see with chemo people. She has a bald spot forming just from thinning of the hair. So she got a little hair piece and a lot of patches. So I helped her find it on Amazon and stuff. And then, so that's it with my mom so far. So she's been fighting this fight for 6 months. She has neuropathy in her feet because stinging and burning and almost everything we typically see with neuropathy. She can't even feel where her feet are. But she's getting there, and we're, doing everything we're supposed to. And stuff. Now we're going to get on to me. Back in January, my mother had made, this year, my mother had made an appointment for me to see the doctor. I hadn't seen the doctor in 3-4 years. But then at the last minute, we decided to cancel. Was like, yeah, we'll do it next month. It's just, we'll get you some more time to kind of wrap your head around it a little bit. And then February 22nd is when the appointment happens. And I go there. I go to the same PCP, primary care physician, as my mother. I get in there, and the lady doctor, she's very, very nice. Dr. Lynn Potts is her name. And she's very nice. If she's good enough for my mom, she's good enough for me. Let's put it that way. So she said, well, you turned 40. If you didn't know, I turned 40 last year, digital peeps. Yes, I am a middle-aged woman now. I'll be 41 on April 21st in a few weeks. I'm also a roadie with my dad's band, so we actually have a gig on my birthday with my dad's band, the Rogues. You can go look them up online and stuff. I do have some band footage on my Instagram. They're videos, so if you want to see them, just Instagram at mkgtweety. I also have Twitter, as I said before, or X, however you want to call it. I know people aren't liking Twitter at the moment, but who cares? I like Twitter. You should be able to say whatever you want. And yes, you might get backlash for it, but you're, freedom of speech. Whatever. So I'm your little roadie, and I take you backstage, and I kind of, you're on this little pole thing of my dad, so I have a little gorilla thing, but my camera currently doesn't want to sit on it a little bit. I have a Nikon Coolpix. So that's what I'm shooting on, by the way, and it's very easy to operate, so. And then, so she's like, well, you know what that means, so I have to get the boobs squished and squashed. I have to go for my first mammogram, which I scheduled online, by the way. So that's going to happen in May, next month, on the 13th, 2:40 p.m. I'll let you know how that goes. Then, she's like, well, I want a fasting test. I want to see, what your sugars are and stuff. And my dad is a type 2 diabetic, so now we're getting into serious confrontations here. And so that Wednesday, not Wednesday, but that Monday after the 22nd, which was the Monday coming up, I went with my dad because he gets his blood sugars A1C checked every month, and Doc's happy with where he's at. He takes insulin and all that kind of stuff. He's on Jardiance, so they do things to kind of. So I get the blood test Wednesday morning. I also had to have a pee test because I have slightly elevated BP. when I initially went there on the 22nd, it was 100 and something over 108, and that's high. So when I went this next time, after they told me on that Wednesday, so we're going to be coming up on a week since the appointment on the 22nd. They called me up, or they called my mom's phone, and they told me I have type 2 diabetes. And I just suddenly broke down. So I'm sorry this car is whizzing by. Please forgive me. And I just started to boo-hoo. I'm like, what? And I turned to my dad and go, thanks a lot for the genes, Dad. Because both sides of my family kind of have high BP somewhat. And both sides kind of have diabetes. But on my dad's side, his mother, my grandmother, and her mother, so that would be my great-grandmother, my dad's grandma, they had it when they were in their 70s and 80s. Kind of a thing. And my mom's grandmother, this would be my dad's father's mother, and her name was Bertha. And so that's my great grandmother on my mom's side, my mom's father's side of the family. That would be my pappy's mother, his mother. She kind of had it too somewhat, so we're thinking it's genetics why I got this. I have to prick on my fingers every day. They gave me a shiny new meter in the office. I started out at 337. That's high digital beeps. This was at the very beginning of March. And I have to take a BP pill, as I stated. It's just 25 milligrams of, it begins, it's LO something. I can't remember what it is. All I know is I take it. And then I have to take 500 milligrams of metformin twice a day. So right when I eat my breakfast and right after, or right before dinner, excuse me, I have to take it, so it's 1,000 milligrams a day. I have one of those rainbow pill caddies that I just got at Amazon. And I've also lost some weight as well. When I went initially to the doctor's on the 22nd of February, she goes, oh, you lost 15 pounds since I last seen you. And I was like, what? It's like, okay. Me running up and down the stairs taking care of my mom. And then after I learned my type 2, I lost 7, almost 9 pounds since then. So I was at 214 at the doctor's office, so I weigh like 205 something now, something like that, so that's good. We're doing that, getting that down. I do a Leslie Sansone walk. I have a few DVDs by her. You like walk in place and you do stuff. And it there's one that's a mile, and then on that same DVD there's a 2-mile walk. If you do all 3, it's 3 miles. I have a couple of other ones that are just 1 3-mile walks. So I do the 1 mile. I do it during the week, which is Monday through Friday. I don't do it the weekends. I like to rest my body. And so from that, we've been getting fit and losing weight. So there we go. My number today is was 154. Yesterday it was 145, so we're getting it down. We're in the green zone because my meter shows you if you're low, if you're in the good range, which is green. Low is like yellow range, and then red is like, oh, we're really high. I went high was it last week or the week before there? I can't remember. It was 182. That was from something I hate. So we're watching the carbs, and like I would eat a full big can of SpaghettiOs and call it lunch or dinner. Now we just have half the can, and we have a salad on the side. So we're learning how to do things. I switched over to that bubbly lime. I won't have any other flavor but that. And it's like Sprite without the sugar in it. So that's good. And I kind of got over the years, acquired a taste for diet iced tea. So that's fine. Yeah, so I got, just like my dad, I got diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. Really rocked my world, Mr. Pace, if you wanted to know. I made a video about it. on my Instagram. So if you just go to my Instagram, you're able to find the video and all that. When I broke the news as it happened. So, other than that, this is where we are in my life. This little life update vlog. There will be some more videos coming from me on this channel. The next one I'll be posting very, very soon. I read 4 stories. They're in a playlist. You can find it here on the channel because I don't want to I want to wait till I get that video up. But we read a Dr. Seuss book. Well, we read 3 Dr. Seuss books. It's 4 books altogether we read. Blueberry Girl, Neil Gaiman. I think I saw that on Mulberry Street, which is the book that I talk about in the video. Should this book be canceled? Because there's a list of books that they want to cancel from Dr. Seuss that they're not going to print anymore. And it's just, it's like, okay. And then we read Horton Hatches a Who, or Horton Hatches an Egg, excuse me, and Yertle the Turtle. And I think I saw that on Mulberry Street was the one that got canceled, and we're going to talk about it. And I just wanted to bring it up that I read this book, and I don't want to get canceled for reading it and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah. And then after that, it'll be my Dice Series game. I did we're learning to make thumbnails. I made like some awesome thumbnails for these dice games. Let me tell you this, real I have been learning to make thumbnails. I've watched some YouTube tutorials. I'm learning. On a site called pixelated.com where I can make thumbnails and things like that from my YouTube page. So we're getting there. So if you see a nice little thumbnail on this video, that means I got good at making thumbnails. Or we try to. We do Larry, Curly, and Moe. That's one of the dice games. We do Beetle. That's the first one in the series. And then Larry, Curly, and Moe. There's like 6 games altogether. We do a game called Planet. We do a game called, what else? We do Dueling Dice. We do, 2 Dice, 2 Somebodies, 22 Somethings. There's just a whole host of, and I show you how to play all of them. I have game boards to some of the games, because that's what you need. So there'll be a video after the dice games of how to take everything off, and also I have a preschool board at my Pinterest, which is at mkgtweety, and I have a preschool curriculum that I made. I'll be putting some other things on that board very soon, and I show you how to take all that off, so if you want to use it for your whatever. But I'm going to go. I also mentioned in the videos that I do weekly on Instagram that I make a comforting meal for my mom every week on Wednesday. So this week we're having chicken marsala. How fun is that? So I'm going to go Digital PEEPS. It's just been a very hard road, me being my caregiver, and now finding I got this on top of that. It's just whatever. So if you want to know more real-time updates from me, check out my Twitter, check out my Instagram, at mkgtweety. Everywhere else, my Pinterest, Tumblr, Wattpad is at mkgtweety. YouTube here at YouTube. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you really, really like what you see and what I do, hit the like button. If you want to, like I said, this is my mkgtweety channel. I had a channel that was before this one, but I lost it because it's something stupid. If you go to the very first 2 videos I made on this channel, you'll understand why. So, you'll link in the description box below, but yeah. I'll smell you later, Digital Peeps. I thank you for listening to me and what's been going on. If you want to know all the updates or the news when it rang out with my mom, I'll give you the Instagram video. I'll put that in the description box below, of the news when it first rang out and how I posted that to Instagram. But if you want to watch me weekly on Instagram, just go over to instagram.com/mkgtweety and you can find all the videos and stuff there. If you want to follow me at Twitter, like I said, it's at mkgtweety. So there you go. I'll smell you later, Digital Peeps. I thank you for listening. I thank you for taking the time to watch my video and know what's going on with me. I figured it was time to say something. In March, it was 6 months since my mom's been diagnosed. So, yeah. And I just got diagnosed the end of February, beginning of March. So, yeah. There you go. So, and I've had people compliment me and saying, hey, have you lost weight yet? I go, yeah, I have. Well, that's pretty nice. I knew I was fat, but I didn't know I was that angry inside of my body, digital peeps. So when I started, I was 337, like I said. So that was pretty high. And then when I went to go see her that almost a week after this 22nd appointment, and she took my BP again, it was 90, something over 96. So that's why I'm on the pill. That pill. My BP pill. Not the pill, but you know. So I'm going to go. I have to go. I got to do some stuff in my house. But I thank you, digital peeps, for listening and understanding. Bye. Love and lippy, digital peeps. Bye.